You know it's bad when the season hasn't even started yet, and we're already talking about trading for pass rushers, man. I actually saw this article yesterday, but I did not get around to it, and you can see it from the banner below. Should the Lions trade for Trayvon Walker? Now, they have had some dealings with the Jaguars over the past couple of days. When we got the news that Tim Patrick was being traded, I was hoping that Trayvon Walker was in that trade package, but alas, he was not. Now, this is not about me making videos about this. This is about the need for the Detroit Lions at an edge rusher position. I've been talking about this literally for the last 3 seasons, and now it seems like after last year, the media was talking about it, and now it seems a little bit of the fan base is starting to, a lot more of the fan base is starting to talk about it as well. I have a prediction that I've been on this, and I might be one of the only few ones on here, that after this year is when, if we don't make the Super Bowl and the Detroit Lions lack a pass rush, then, either way, Brad Holmes is going to start getting some eyeballs on him. It's going to happen. It happens every time. And here's an interesting tidbit. Shout out to the people in the comment section that let me know. And if I call you the people, it's just simply because I don't remember your name, who said it, because it's a lot of comments and I read it. But I think it was Kenny Powers. Kenny Powers, you are a member, so I remember this. No head coach, general manager combo has won a Super Bowl after the first 5 years together. Or 5 years together. It's one of those. So this is Brad and Dan's 5th year together. So essentially, if they don't do it this year, they will have to make history and do it after that. And I'm a huge history stat guy. I believe in patterns and data and numbers. And statistically, if you start 0-2, you statistically don't make the playoffs. It's very rare. It's like the chances, I think, less than 20 teams have made the playoffs starting 0-2. So no 15-win team has won a Super Bowl, right? Those are factual stat numbers, right? So my thing is, the Detroit Lions might have to do something. And I'm very curious, and I said this in yesterday's video, do you think that Brad Holmes is going to, could it be possibly, we're at the trade deadline, and he does it again? He's like, he sees the Lions are, I don't know, 6-2, something like that. And he's like, the Eagles are doing this. The teams all these other teams in the NFC are doing this. Should we make that? Will he feel like that move needs to be made at the trade deadline? Like the move, not just a move, not a Donovan Peoples-Jones, not a Zadarius Smith. So the last 2 trade deadlines, he traded for somebody. I don't remember the first 2. I think he was fairly quiet, but the last 2 he traded. I think TJ Hawkinson was also traded at the 2022 trade deadline. Is that correct? I think it was earlier that morning. So the first year of 2021, he didn't trade anyone. The 2022, 2023, 2024, he made trade deadline moves. So is it possible? It's not beyond the realm of possibility, but is it going to be that person that moves the needle? We shall see. But here is a interesting trade package from heavy.com for the Detroit Lions trading for Trayvon Walker. Remember, Trayvon Walker was the guy that was taken right before Hutchinson. Thank you, Jacksonville, because the geniuses that are the Jacksonville Jaguars took Trayvon Walker, and essentially Hutch fell into our lap. That's when we were 3-13-1. Now, don't forget, we actually had the first round pick, the first overall pick, until we won the last game of the season or something like that. And then the Jacksonville Jaguars, we gave it up the last game of the season, if I remember correctly. All right, so here we go. It's kind of steep. I want you guys to tell me what you think. So here is the trade proposal from heavy.com for the Detroit Lions to acquire Trayvon Walker. The Lions will receive Trayvon Walker and a 6th-round pick, I'm assuming in 2026. Jaguars will receive Detroit Lions 2026 first-round pick, the 4th-round pick, and a 2027 third-rounder that escalates to a 2nd if Walker has 10 sacks or Detroit reaches the NFC title game. All right, so let me take that in. So we would get, in 2026, a 6th-round pick and Trayvon Walker. We would give them our 1st-round pick, leaving us with, a 2nd? We would give them a 4th-round pick, which I think we only have one of, and we would give them a 3rd-rounder because we don't have one next year for Trayvon Walker. And then it would go to a second in 2027 if he gets 10 sacks or if we reach the NFC Championship game. That is a lot of particulars, but I'm going to tell you right now that a first-round pick is too much. I'm not doing that. First-round pick, Trayvon Walker is under contract, and we'll look at that. We'll look at his stats, and we'll look at his contract situation in a minute. He's under contract for this season and next season. But a first rounder, absolutely not. That is extremely steep for a guy with 2 years left on his deal. Let's take a look at his stats and see. But I think it's funny, man. I think it's funny that we're already talking about pass rushers, and the season hasn't even started. Because I mean, it's obvious. Brad didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. I mean, we're Andre Carter, practice squad dudes, waiver wire claims. I mean, they got waived from teams. They didn't make the team for a reason. So anyway, maybe everybody is catching up to where we are now. Trayvon Walker, man, the dude is only 24 years old. That's crazy. So Hutch is a wee bit older than him. He actually turns 25 at the end of the season. 6'5", 272, first-round pick out of Georgia. Remember, he was nowhere in the top 10. And then, like, after the combine, the dude shot up. It was like anything I've never seen. And it was real talk, like this guy could take over number one. He could be in the top 10. Then it was like, yo, he's going number one. And I think if there was any other team other than Jacksonville, he does not get taken. I think any other team takes Aiden Hutchinson, but they took. So maybe the Jacksonville Jaguars are dumb enough to trade with us, trade him. I will say this. Let me cut back to me real quick. I would take him in a second for the right capital. I really would. He's young. He's got potential. I'm not giving up a first in any scenario for him. He's got 2 years left on his deal. But for the right situation, absolutely. I would absolutely trade for him. Hutch on one side, Trayvon, the number one, number two pick. And I mean, that would be insane. And I think it would pay dividends for the Detroit Lions. All right, so 24, still a young guy. Doesn't turn 25 until the end of the season. Didn't play during the preseason, of course. Let's look at his. Now, you'll notice something. Let's look at him and Aiden drafted the same draft. He's coming off of 2 full seasons, so he's only missed 2 games in his entire NFL career. He has, 24 sacks. It's right there. I didn't even have to count it, but shout out to math. 24 sacks. He has 10 over the past 2 seasons. Now, put in the comment section right now, would you be willing to trade a first-round pick for Trayvon? If it was 3 years left on his deal, yes, but 2 years left on his deal, absolutely not. That is too steep for me. I would part with a second-round pick, though, but not a first for a 2-year guy. But here's why the Detroit Lions, why this could be a possibility. Now, remember, Trayvon was the talk of the town as the trade deadline was approaching. You had Max Crosby. You had all the big-name pass rushers, and Trayvon was a real, you was starting to hear his name a lot. And I thought that the Detroit Lions might trade for him. Imagine if we would have done that right now. That would have been fantastic. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't even be tripping throughout the offseason, throughout the draft. I would not. You're only gonna go up from there, in my opinion. All right, so why would this be a great idea for the Detroit Lions? It really would be. I mean, not for the first round pick, but it would be a great idea. So check this out. So Trayvon, here's the great part. So Trayvon Walker is under contract. Keep in mind, this is year 4. He's under contract for 2 more years. The Jacksonville Jaguars have already picked up his 5th-year option. So assuming that I think if he makes a Pro Bowl or something like that, this number could go up. I'm not certain about that. If he was to make a Pro Bowl in his 4th year, because it goes up based on play time and all that stuff. So this is what he would get. You got him for essentially nothing in year 4, right? Essentially compared to, he would cost what? Around the same amount as Zadarius Smith would. Well, Zadarius Smith wanted on his, or whatever his contract was. Right here, $14 million. $14 million. You trade for him. You got him this year for little or nothing. You got him next year for 14, almost 15. And then you let him go. Where this is not about not being able to pay him, because we're not going to pay him after next year. He would be under contract for 2 years. Hutch is our guy. We pay him. Bottom line, we don't pay Trayvon Walker. We don't pay 2. So everybody in the comment section, you can't have $2 $40 million. We're not going to have $2 $40 million. We're going to have one. We're going to have one. We're going to get a steal of a guy, right? A 10-sack dude who is still on his rookie contract. If Brad could pull this off, if this was a true thing and this was really on the table and he made this happen, I would be through the moon. I really would be, man. Because you're talking about a 25-year-old, a 24-year-old, a guy with two guys on their rookie contract, one guy you're going to pay, the number 1 and number 2 picks. Now, I think that Aiden is the better pass rusher, and Aiden is going to get a big payday. I don't think Trayvon Walker, I don't think he's going to get a huge payday. Knowing the Jaguars, they'll let him walk, but I don't think he'll get a huge payday at all. I don't. Not he might get like a middle of the pack unless he still got time. He still got time to ball out like him. You forget about Trayvon because Hutch is such a dog. But I would do this. I would do this, but not for a first-round pick. Let's go back and let me see what I would do. How would I change this? What would I change up? You're definitely not getting a first at all. Now, if the Lions were to trade their second-round pick, we would have, let's say this happened, and we traded our second-round pick for 2026, we would have a first-round pick. We would not pick again into the 4th round. We know Brad Holmes, but our team is so good, according to Brad and Dan, that they left 3 spots available after cutdown day. How many times have you seen that happen, right? So that tells me that we're in the market. This might be the year. I doubt it, but this might be the year that Brad is willing to trade a first-round pick. We have not seen, it has not happened yet. He's traded into the first round, right? But he has not traded away his first-round pick, I think. Don't quote me on that because it's been a minute, all right? So what I would do is, this is too steep for me. I would take this. This is fine. So we just got a 6th-rounder for Tim Patrick. So I'll give you a 2nd-round pick. I'm not giving you 3 picks. That's not, well, we're swapping a pick. So maybe I would give you a 2nd-round pick in 20. If we gave a 4th-round pick, then we would pick in the 1st round, and then we wouldn't pick until like the 5th. I don't even know if we got a 5th-round pick. We wouldn't pick until the end of the draft. Do you think that that would be worth it? A 2nd-round pick for Trayvon Walker. We get a 6 next year, and then we don't pick for like 3 or 4 rounds. I mean, the Rams did it a couple years ago. They did a couple years ago. Like they didn't have a first. They didn't pick until like the 6th. It was crazy. It was somewhere deep into the draft, but they did win a Super Bowl. So for me, a 1st-round pick is too steep. It's too steep. Maybe I'll do this. Okay, so Josh Pascal is going to his 2nd. He's on his last year. Levi already expended his first contract. He's done. He was done, signed, done again. He needs to be re-signed with the Detroit Lions. So Pascal's not an option. I don't know who you could sweeten the pot with, but I don't even think you would have to be honest. I'd be like, listen, we just gave you Tim, right? But I don't think that you would have to sweeten the pot. You give them a 2nd-round pick. I don't know about the 4th-round pick because I'm not going to go from the 1st round I'm not doing for a 6th-round pick. Okay. I would give you a 6th round. I would give you a 2nd-round pick in 2026. I'm only giving you 2 picks. I'm giving you 2 picks, and I'm not giving you the exception or the escalation. That's not happening. Escalation. Yeah, I'm not giving you the escalation. Nope. You give me Trayvon Walker and a 6th-round pick. I'll give you a 2nd-rounder. I'll give you I don't know. I think they're going to want, maybe 3 picks, but you ain't getting the first. Let me know. What would you do? What would you do? Put it in the comment section. What would you do? You hear my opinion. I would love to know yours. What would you do if to trade for Trayvon Walker? Me, in no case do I give you a 1st-round pick. This guy has 2 years left on this deal. There's no way. I'm not giving you, because you trade, that 1st-round pick is under contract for 5 years. So I'm not giving you a 1st round for a guy that's going to be under contract for 2 years. And I wouldn't do that for anybody. That would take a lot. But Trayvon, I'll give you a 2nd, but I'm not giving you a 1st. And 3 picks, I don't know about that. I'm getting Trayvon in a pick. You're getting 3 picks, and one of it is a 1st-rounder. I would give you 3 picks, maybe depending on where they are. But we'll see. But as far as pass rushing ability, contract status, Aiden gets his bag, and Trayvon stays the same. And maybe helps us win the Super Bowl. Let me know what you think. All right, so I still did not finish the cancer thing that I'm doing for the shirt. Somebody in the comment section asked me, I think honestly was a dumb question. I'm not doing a cancer thing, a cancer fundraiser type shirt deal, and I not donate some of the proceeds to a cancer foundation. I just haven't picked one yet. That's it. I got to do some research over the next couple of weeks, pick one. When the shirts launch, you will know. And all of that will be receipted. When I make the donation of the proceeds, it will be put on my community post so you guys can see it. So yes, I'm not going to do anything to pocket. I liked it. I loved it. This is not the last first fundraiser type thing we'll do. We are going to start giving back in one way or another. All right. So don't ask dumb questions. I mean, come on now. I'm not going to pocket. It's for a purpose. That's what it is. And the purpose is not to line my pockets. All right. So come on, y'all. Think. What's that mean? Think, Mark. Think. Anyway, this channel is made possible by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. It's because of your support I get to do what I do. You could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you choose to rock with me. If you guys are wondering, here is what it's going to look like. I will probably finish the art today, and the next time I make a video, you can see it. It's going to be the same as this, except the lion is got pink. The words, the syndicate outline is now pink, and the outline of the blue has been changed to pink. I was thinking about doing a pink shirt, but I think that'd be too much pink, you know what I'm saying? But I think if you get it, and I was going to add a slogan, but I was like, nah, you'll get the point. You will get the point. Anyway, so yeah, I will definitely keep you guys posted where this is going, but no, I'm not going to pocket I'm not going to do come on. Because the last thing I want to be is a scammer. Trust me. No, that's not going to end. Plus, I'm not one anyway. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. Feel free to ask questions, but not dumb ones. I mean, that really was a dumb question.